Tooralooraloora, it's an Irish lullaby. Hey, y'all, come on in. You're here on a great day.
We have a sub today from Ariana and Evans.
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays.
We are the Barbershop Duet.
Hey, y'all, come on in. Happy St. Patrick's Day. We're so happy you found your way to our little barbershop. If you happen to be here during one of the live premieres, why, come on in the live chat and meet the Whiff Pack. A cool group of folks hanging out in there from all over the world. They'd love to meet you, too.
They would. And for our mention today, now that we have spent a little more time with pistachio silk, we wanted to try and compare a little with that and pistachio. So this one, to me, it does have a fun, gentle side to it. Like the morning side really sinks in. And I just have a little echo of it on my shoulder as the day goes. I've really enjoyed.
And this is Pistachio, the soap from Ariana and Evans that came out a couple of years ago. This is a little bolder for me, but in a different way. More in the sweet way, more in the spumoni way, more in the traditional Italian way. That's a little bit different for me in the bass notes. There's intrigue, there's darkness, there's mystery going on in this one. This is a little bit more of the kid in me. This is a little bit more of the grown-up in me.
Yeah, the lactonic side on that is thoroughly enjoyable.
And that-
The nuttiness on this one really sticks with me.
Oh, I'm glad you said that. The lactonic in here is absolutely magical. And I think it's because it's more of a rice milk than a cow milk kind of a thing. And I'm loving it.
So I think overall, when I put something on in the morning, I am going to go towards the silk version. I think if it's more an evening kind of fall side, that's what pushes me more towards the pistachio.
And y'all, this being one of her inaugural scents, are you kidding me? What a phenomenal banger this is. And birthday suit will soon be on the way for us to look at. And what is our soap today?
Our soap today is Gaelic Tweed. So we thought that would be fitting for St. Patrick's Day.
A Peter's version of green Irish tweed. Y'all come along for the ride. All right, y'all, from the sales page at aegrooming.com.
Ascot and Tweed is a refined and sophisticated fragrance, evoking the crisp, fresh air of an Irish countryside estate. The scent opens with a burst of lemon verbena, blending seamlessly with a beautiful rich green note, evoking the feeling of dew-kissed meadows. As the fragrance unfolds, the heart reveals a blend of violet leaves and iris, adding a floral yet subtle depth that feels elegant and clean. The base is grounded in sandalwood, ambergris, and a soft hint of musk, which lend the fragrance a smooth, woody richness while maintaining an overall sense of freshness.
The overall effect of Ascot and Tweed is one of timeless refinement, clean and bright, yet deeply sophisticated. Like the perfect balance between nature and elegance. It's a fragrance that recalls the charm of a country estate, offering a refined, yet accessible sense of luxury. Well, y'all, if you happen to have seen our Sharp Dressed Man episode at the very beginning of our journey, I think we were in single digits.
Yep.
When I first took a sniff of this, I was set free. It was like Paul McCartney seeing his first guitar. And then I ordered the splash, and I was shamwouzled, because when I smelled it, it didn't really relate too much to the soap. And I realized that green Irish Tweed itself has lots of different personalities, beginning with the moment it goes on your skin wet, all the way down to when it dries to a clean laundry spearmint scent. And when we got our Barrett homage and smelled it, it was almost like it was something completely different because they dove in to the wet smell. The Barrett homage is the one right as that atomizer hits your skin. But Twee from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements and Emerald Fields from Subtle Art Shave Co. are the dry down for me, the clean laundry spearminty side. So every artisan, when they dupe this, has to sort of decide where they're going to fall on that number line. And I think the current Sterling Green Irish Tweed falls right in the middle. So which one do you prefer?
You know, it's funny because there is a side that sometimes I get more the lighter florals and kind of the it's almost a yellow color to me. I don't know why.
Lemon verbena.
Right. And then the other side, I do get more the earthy, like almost a vetiver, like the green that you would really, when you picture an Irish countryside, you just see all of that green. And it's funny, we were on a walk yesterday, I was with Lainey, and I noticed that there was actually clovers in the grass. And it's somehow it's like officially almost spring here and it's happening. So as I was seeing it, I just realized that in the clovers themselves, there's a little yellow flower that's always with them.
Right.
And sometimes I get more of those lighter colors. Other times I get more of the green. So I think for me, that's my spectrum.
And just because you're going to experience the exact same notes, it all has to do with the rhythm. It all has to do with how they're put together. Y'all, in Wicked, the Wicked Witch of the West sings this. Unlimited, my future is. And they are exactly the same notes that Dorothy sings. Somewhere over the rainbow. Just with a slightly different rhythm. So do we have 6 Green Irish Tweed homages? Yes, we do. Because nobody puts those notes and rhythms together in exactly the same way. And we're here for all of it. Let's take this one out of the box. This is our last one from this order. All and we are so excited.
We got cream, one of the new shaving creams for y'all.
Oh, and the label is green.
Well, I think
Wait
it
a
is.
minute.
Hold on.
Oh, there we go. Wow, how beautiful and dignified is this,
Perfect
y'all. We are so excited, and if you have not tried the cream formula from Ariana and Evans, it has no business being as cheap as it is for as good as it works. But we'll show you that when we have our first impression. All right, you're going to tell me if this is that clean laundry, dry down smell or the wet vetiver green smell of Green Irish
Let's
Tweed.
see.
Here we go.
I think after 6, I should be able to tell you the
Oh,
difference.
you are an expert by now, I promise.
All right, let's see. Oh, it's definitely creamy. Good.
Love that. It is a crope, you know.
Oh, there's something a little different in this one.
Yeah? What are you getting?
I don't know if it's just the base has some magic. We'll know when we get to the splash, but there's a different kind of woodsy clean side in the middle of this. Like,
Nice.
I get more of like a white image. Like, I almost got like a vintage side. I don't know. I did a little more time warp on this one than I thought.
Nice. Well, the other one that came in that box was Rive Paris, and when we smelled it, it was not an exact A-B to Rive Gauche in the best of ways. Peter had put his thumbprint firmly in the middle of it, added different things, taken out a few things. Is this a cover of the song rather than a copy?
I want to say on my first whiff that there. I mean, I can tell it's still an homage,
Right.
But it definitely has the Charcoal's little thumbprint in here.
Nice. What's it do to it?
There's a richness to this I was not expecting.
Yeah.
Like, there's something about Green Irish Tweed that normally could kind of be a little bit more of a bountiful, bouncy kind of fun side.
Sure.
I don't know. Maybe
Right.
like the leprechauns running through the fields. Like, there's just something free and fun about. This one, to me, is a little more masculine and sophisticated. Like, something got turned up. Like, this one you could definitely wear in a suit and all debonair about it. Like, there's something that's just turned up a little in here.
Oh, it's such a delightful smell. I often wear it on Sundays when I teach my littles in person from across the room.
There's okay, it's not powdery, but it's something that could almost be approaching a barbershop on the Irish fields, maybe.
I'm sorry, what? Is this an Irish barbershop that he's in?
But you know how florals are used in barbershops?
Oh, yeah.
Like, somehow the florals in here and the musk in here is just leading me further down the lane. Like, I'm not just staying on the fields. There's a little more happening.
Like a heather, a lavender or something going on in here?
Yeah, it's not a talc. It's the musk in here is just, there's something else with it. It's
Right.
not by itself.
I love that, y'all, because if you're going to re-record a song that's already been done, well, like Somewhere Over the Rainbow, you don't want to do it exactly like Garland did it because you can't. You don't want to just be an impersonator. I love those covers that go hard in their own directions. Think Uba Chaka.
So I think, in the ones that we have, we would say that certain ones are closer to each other.
Right.
And they bring out different sides. This one, I don't know if it matches any of the ones we have. I can tell it's at the same party.
Right.
But it has a little something.
Well, it's like when I try to do an Irish accent, but it doesn't actually sound like an Irish person. It sounds like an angry Australian. Mixed with Katharine Hepburn.
I want to selfishly keep whiffing, but I think you got to join this party, man.
I want to know what this is doing. Okay, here we go.
See,
Shaking plant.
you know them much. You wear them a lot more often than I do. So I'm
my
curious
wear
what your nose will say.
Here we go. Oh, you're right.
Yeah?
But I'm trying to figure out what it is. Hold on.
Yeah, keep digging, because I just got the picture of something white.
Oh. Well, first of all, it's the drier side. For me, it's the spearminty side. It's the clean laundry musk side for me. which is my favorite part of Green Irish Tweed. Nothing against the rose stem scents, but I
the
like
Marcus
that line.
kinds,
Oh,
yeah.
it's clean. It's not a floral, and I thought it was, because in Rive Gauche, there were those beautiful white, tiny flowers in the middle. This has been done differently. Something from Dos de Gaulis is jumping out at me. Hold on. There's some magic in this. It's almost, for me, like a subtle hay note in the middle that opens it up and allows the green to be green.
Okay.
Because this is, I think, how Peter's nose works. I think it's like, listen, if I want to bring out a little more of the green in this, a little bit more of its character and its charm, how do I show that? Because you can't just sometimes turn up the green without contrast. What if he brought in a sense of dry, brown grass in a little bit of that charming hay note that I love so much from Dos de Gaulis, and that allowed the green to just be like, holy cow, Batman is that green. And I think that is what's happening in the middle. And I think it couldn't just be the dry grass alone. There's one other thing hooking me into that center of this.
Right.
Let me see if I can figure out what that is.
Because I think a lot of the other ones, we get the highs and the lows of this scent. This one is living a lot more in the mid zone.
It's going to be something sneaky. Yo, it's going to be something that you're going to be like, oh, that is the perfect tool to tighten that lug nut. But I never would have guessed that that's what you'd want to use. Something in this was MacGyvered. Hold on. Did he list any other scent notes? All right, y'all, back to the sales page at aegrooming.com. Let's see if there are any hints in here to what else might have been done in the center of this beautiful scent.
The scent opens with a burst of lemon verbena, which I actually get more, I think, in this blend somehow than in some of the others. Sometimes it just kind of leads you in real quick. This one kind of stays with it.
And it doesn't get too sweet. It just stays in its beautiful, lemony, meaty quality. And then blending with
a beautiful, rich green note, evoking the feeling of dew-kissed meadows.
This might be it. How are you sensing the green note? Because it's not traditionally green for me, like, at all.
You know, you might be right. Like, where normally I would go way more like vetiver green.
Right.
This is almost like a different part of a tree or something that's green, like a bark or a dried grass.
Right.
Like, it's a different dew-kissed green thing.
Yeah. The heart reveals a blend of violet leaves and iris. This is where some magic is being done. I had a violet bush in my backyard, and the scent is very light unless it's late summer. And those petals start to wilt, and something about that soft purple just comes through so beautifully. And mixing with the iris, again, not a crazy strong singer for a floral, but it's where those two and how those two are coming together that's adding something.
Right, and even here, they list feels elegant and clean. There is something more elegant about their version here, I'd say.
And the base
is grounded in sandalwood, ambergris, which I think, and then a soft hint of musk, which lend the fragrance a smooth, woody richness while maintaining an overall sense of freshness.
Yeah, so let's start here. Ambergris is exactly, but it gives a beautiful aquatic sort of musk to things, not anywhere near like what a civet or an automolic does. That mixing with just a hint of the sandalwood. And I think what Peter's done here brilliantly is turn down that sandalwood a little. This does not have the bass notes that a lot of our Green Irish Tweeds do, but it's what lets the mids and lights really run rampant through this, and it's amazing.
Because I think normally when I smell it, I think the bass notes is much more of the vetiver dark green side to me. This one, I would say the base is more that ambergris with a little sandalwood and musk to smooth it out.
Agreed.
So if I had to pick the base, that's where I'd go.
You can pick your base, and you can pick your friends, but you can't pick your friend's base. All about that base. And y'all, we are going to build a lather. If you have not seen this cream formula from A&E Build Its Lather yet, you are in for a treat. And look at this, y'all. It is
creamy.
Almost liquid. Look at that. When
Melted
it goes
butter.
into your bowl. Ooh, that's a verse.
Maybe more like frosting in that one, I think.
And this is my Captain's Choice Copper Bowl. It is the polished colorway. I love this. And we're just going to smooth this into the ridges so the brush
Doesn't
can
need much with that cream.
pull it out. Going to try to make a smooth surface there. And then we're going to hit it with a little bit of water. Because it's a crope, I'm not going to quite bombard it with as much water as I normally would. Maybe about 2/3 as much. And then we'll add as we need. Push down, see how the back one goes. See, you don't even really need the patented Barbershop Duet brush turn on this because that soap just wants to jump onto those bristles.
Yeah, it's where you can tell it's more a cream in this moment for sure.
Right. And look at that. that? She already wants a little more water.
A few moments later.
There was a video the other day that Peter just swooped out the cream and put it right on his face and started lathering.
Right, that's how Julia does it with her legs, too. It's the best way to do it.
So if you don't want to do the bowl action like we do here, that's an option, too.
Or, y'all, you've been there with me. You're done shaving. Everything's rinsed, put away.
Good.
Beautiful. You're all set for the day, and then you do this.
Oh,
dang it! Well, I bring you glad tidings of great joy. You just grab a little bit of cream on your finger, throw it right there, grab your razor, and you're done.
Or sometimes, ladies, when we don't have much time in the shower, it's great for a little quickie armpit touch-up. You just grab it and go, and you're ready to rock.
Nothing wrong with a quickie in the shower. To shave, keep it clean. Peter, those additions that you added, they're not meant to spotlight and accentuate the wet, greeny part that I don't like so much. They're meant to help you dive in and explore that spearminty, clean laundry, dry green Irish tweed scents that I am all about. Emerald Fields, Tweed go more in that direction. This is exceptional because it gives me almost a wet sense again. If that soap had gone on with the dry quality from the beginning. Whoa, I'm not even sure how that's happening.
I also want to point out the scent intensity is definitely turned up on this one.
Right. The mint's meeting with like a cool granite brick sort of a sense, which speaks to what you were saying earlier about this is a barbershop.
The vintagey
sort of
kind of
green
side.
Irish tweed. Yeah. And y'all, this is something you will only find here in the Barbershop Duet. This is the When Irish Eyes Are Smiling with on 3, 1, 2. My godparents had an organ, and the only songs this old German ever wanted me to play were Irish ones. I never understood it. Do you know Danny Boy? Do you know When Irish Eyes Are Smiling? No. I was 7. I love how similar these are.
They
in
are.
The lather and the original. Maybe there's something to the cream formula, but boy, does this maintain its full personality in the lather.
And the scent intensity.
Absolutely,
it's
not
really
turned up a little bit. How'd you do that? And it being Monday morning, we were watching our Mark Zarati this morning on our mailbag. We love to watch how his lather coats his face when he does his shaving videos. Now, we don't do shaving, but we will show you what this looks like when this cream coats the face. Y'all, are you kidding me? Oh, this is lovely. Would you like
I think I would. I like using this brush. I'm going to have to get one for me, too.
I know, and I need to shave today, so this is actually already feeling fantastic.
It does. It makes you want to take a long whiff. Like, I almost get the image of Sound of Music where she's on the hill with all the green. Like, you just want to go spin in the woods if it smells like this.
That was Austria, but it's close enough. It's richer.
Yeah.
There's something in the middle that doesn't take away from its green Irish tweedness, but it's almost like giving us a spyglass. It's almost like giving us a magnifier so that we can look into the parts of this we love so much and find deeper parts of them. And isn't that what an homage should really do from the beginning? This is phenomenal. Let's take this down a little deeper. Are there any good Irish movies besides Darby O'Gill and the Little People for St. Patrick's Day?
There's gotta be, right?
I can't think of one, though. Leprechaun? But that's a horror movie.
So when I was young on the Disney Channel, they had Luck of the Irish. That was like a basketball dude.
There you go. And some of my friends who have little ones are kind of like doing a leprechaun now the same way they did Elf on the Shelf.
Right.
They have to like build a leprechaun trap or something.
And there's just like follow the rainbow and the glitter. There's a whole process.
What would you wish for if you caught a leprechaun?
I don't know. When I was little, I really just liked the idea of pixies and fairies. So the concept, because I was tiny, I still am barely 5 feet tall. But something about little tiny leprechauns, I feel like I would just want to hang out. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm getting older. And with age comes perspective. I've got Lainey. I've got Sarah. I don't know. Diet Coke.
Oh,
Well, that was easy.
that was lucky.
Hey! Maybe I just wasted a wish. Damn it. All right, I'm going to try this first, being the green Irish tweed fanatic
I think you have
that
to.
I am. Here we go. Oh, lovely little color.
Okay, here, let's see.
Oh, wait a minute.
Things happening?
Wait a minute. Now I can see how he's doing it better. Oh.
What is that middle part,
That's
man? That was
almost
new.
a citrus as it dries down. Woo!
But a sweeter citrus,
Right.
not
It's
just
not
the lemon verbena
Right, no,
part.
it's kind of, what's that, orange blossom or something like that?
Okay, yeah, in the splash, it's almost a little more, I don't want to say feminine, but I'd wear this more. Where sometimes green Irish tweed can get a little more masculine, that's the whole point. But here, there's something a little more in my lane, I gotta admit.
I would say so. It's a charm. It's a certain type of charm that's going up instead of down.
I want it to dry down faster because sometimes the dry down has a different portion.
There's just a lovely sugary sense to it too as it dries down.
Like a powdered sugar, not blondie, but it just takes the pokey that green can get pokey. It just kind of calmed it down a little.
Powdered sugar on the outside of lemon candies.
Oh, I was picturing, because you always talk about spearmint, like the double mint gum, that little powder on the outside. There's just something like that.
This is drying down to a whole different kind of charm.
It's a very attractive green.
Whoa. I'm getting giant waves of green Irish tweed, but it's what's happening on the ebbs. It's what's happening in between them that's really magic. There's movement to this.
Yeah.
And generally, green Irish tweed moves slow. For it to go from its rose stem to its dry laundry stem, I mean, get a book. But this isn't. There is like a constant movement that's built into this. It's not linear. It dances.
So I have to say, the splash on like a crowd-pleasing scale is almost off the charts. Like the other parts that can be pokey in other homages here have been turned down and balanced to be way more attractive.
And green Irish tweed does have a loud high note that I could see as people get to know it might be a tiny bit to the nose.
Yeah.
It's been shaved off completely here and ground down to mix in with the rest so that it doesn't poke you, but you can still sense it and appreciate it.
Yeah.
So it's pretty simple, y'all. Just be Whiff Pack member Rob Fagan getting ready for his St. Patrick's Day shave. Well, he's going to check his leprechaun trap and see that it has been effective. And just about the time he's offered 3 wishes, his first 2 are going to be Ascot Tweed, and he's going to get his own. So head over to aegrooming.com or shavingshopclub.com to find this and a bunch of other stuff I want. A beautiful, rich, deep homage to green Irish tweed that I am so happy to have in the cabinet, especially in this cream formula. And you know what I love? Peter's olfactory fingerprint, his little signing of his canvas, is still right there where it should be. But this time, it's not done with the floral. It's done with some other musk. It's done with some other magic. And I love what this is adding. Most of the time we have an homage to green Irish tweed, it stays in that lane. I love that this veers out in little ways. Thank you, Peter, for this. Welcome to Messages.
So for our March giveaway, we wanted to give you a chance to get $25 to McDuff Soap Company.
It's in Canadian dollars. How awesome is that? And all you have to do to be eligible is send us an email here to WeSentYou@theBarbershopDuet.com so we can get back to you. It's the only way we communicate about our giveaways. And then check back here on our first April episode to see if you are indeed our lucky winner.
Best of luck.
I get a small sense of the base that I can also smell in this, and it goes with it beautifully. There's something subtly rocky and sweet in Peter's shaving cream base, and I love how it's actually mixing with the green Irish tweed.
Right, it actually becomes part of its scent.
It does.
It works super well, and I think that was the white kind of vintagey, rocky kind of side we were getting too. So it really helps with the scent. And then same thing, whatever they did here, the splash adds that little citrusy kind of floral moment that really calms down the rest too. It's still green, but it's just a little more gentle maybe. So out of our selection of all of our homages, would you, like you were mentioning at the beginning, where would you put this? More on the green side or bringing it back a little, like, I'm just curious.
This is a special asterisk in our collection because it is the minty, dry, green side. I would put it with Emerald Fields. I would put it next to Tweed. However, here's the difference. You've been handed a magnifying glass for Peter so that you can really dive in with your nose and find the place where that spearmint and clean laundry and green scents all come together, and that has been amplified. So I love this, and the part I love most about green Irish tweed is turned up in this. y'all, a special place in our collection.
We're filming this a little before St. Patrick's Day, so it's always hard to figure out which one you're going to shave with.
Right.
But this might be one of those newer ones that you want to have because I think you'd use it throughout the whole year. Sometimes to me, it can only be a spring scent, but this one, I feel like it even have like a summer vibe to it. Like there's just a fun little part that's in there.
That's a good question. If I had to be okay with this as my only green Irish Tweed homage, yep, I'd be thrilled. So Peter and Talia and your family, thank you so much for sending this out to us for free and believing in our little show. I think if you had to choose one green Irish Tweed homage that was going to hold you year-round, this would absolutely be a winner for you.
So happy St. Patrick's Day from the Barbershop to you. Don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
You'll smell luckier just watching this.